Okay, so um, welcome to tonight's call. It is Wednesday, April 1st. I am Corey Mayo. I am the founder and CEO of Team Living Healthy and Fit. So I greatly appreciate all of you jumping on the call tonight. We have some exciting stuff to talk about, some Facebook do's and don'ts. But first, I would like to do some team recognition. We did amazing in March, you guys. You all blew it out of the water and did an amazing job, and I'm super, super proud of all of you for that. So I would first like to congratulate Miss Becky Graham for being the coach of the month. Becky has been a coach for a month, and she advanced to Emerald rank. And she also hit Success Club 11 in March, and she signed on 3 coaches. So I'm super proud of you, Becky. You did an awesome, awesome job. You should be very proud of your efforts. Yeah, thumbs up, girl. I saw that. Okay. And also a big congratulations to Michelle Overly, who also advanced to Emerald rank and held Success Club 7 for March. So that's awesome too. Great job, Michelle. Our other leaders were Josh Earl with Success Club 8, Paul Mayo with Success Club 6, Emily Shea with Success Club 4, Erica Petrowski with Success Club 2, Cody Kuhlman with Success Club 2, and Emily Earl with Success Club 1. So great job, you guys. You all did an awesome, awesome job, and I'm very proud of you. Yeah, thumbs up for everybody. Woo! Okay, so my contact is messing up. I'm sorry. Try and be able to see here again. Okay, so I have another slideshow presentation for you all today. So we're going to do screen share here again. Okay. And let's see here. Can everybody see that okay? Yeah? Okay, good. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about Facebook do's and don'ts, and I just would like to share with you some tips that I have found along the way to be very beneficial, and other things that have maybe not been so beneficial for my business, and getting engaging posts and why it's important to get engagement on your posts. And I have some examples of some do's and don'ts. So we'll go ahead and start going through here. So basically, when we're talking social media, this can apply to all platforms, but I'm more specifically talking about Facebook tonight. So what do we want to share? Think about what you would want to see when you're looking through your news feed. You want to provide your friends, family, and followers with valuable content, things that interest them, things that are going to catch their attention, things that are meaningful. If it's really not going to make somebody's day better, or it's not sharing something cool that's going on, it's probably not worth putting on Facebook. So just finding those things that are valuable. I mean, there's a lot of things, guys. It doesn't have to be just health and fitness. It could be something fun that you're doing with your family, or something cool that you saw, or sharing. I know that Karina's really good at sharing adorable animal videos. Just something that's going to make somebody smile, something that brightens their day. So think about valuable content, and think about when you're scrolling through news feeds, what catches your eye, okay? Quality versus quantity. Now, there's a little bit of balance here, because you definitely want to be posting a couple times per day, usually every couple hours. So if you can get 3 to 4 posts in a day, that's really ideal. So you do want to have some quantity, but you don't want to just put something on just to put something on. A few Super Saturdays ago, Janelle Summers said, if you don't have something, a good picture or something of value to put out there, it's better to not put anything out there at all than to, just throw something up, because you're like, oh, it's been 2 hours since I posted something, I better put something on, because it's probably not going to get any feedback anyway. So just think about good quality pictures, good quality content, that valuable content that we were talking about. If you start a post with sorry, but, or a warning, you probably, a ranting warning, something like that, you probably should just, if you got to get it out and you got to get off your chest, type it out, but then just hit delete, get rid of it, because there's more than enough negativity out there. And the people that are following you and watching you, they're looking for you to be a leader and for you to be inspirational. And I mean, we all have down moments, but we don't have to put it out there. We don't have to put it out there in a negative light. I'll touch on that a little bit later, but when you're having a struggle or something like that. But, if it's something negative and it's really not going to make anybody's day better, it's probably not worth putting out there. So be a breath of fresh air to people, be unique, be different instead of, just the same old run of the mill, complaining about whatever gas prices or whatever, just what you see on your Facebook. And certainly not putting, blasting your family out there. There's a couple of people that do that. Karina, I know somebody that does that. Doing stuff like that is not making anybody's day better. So, just try to refrain from doing that kind of stuff. 7 things that are unique to us. So 7 to 10 things that you enjoy doing or that you enjoy learning about or that you like to see in people's news feeds. Make a list of those things. So it could be like, I'm into horses. I showed horses my entire life and I still have horses. So, pets, my kids, my family, I'm into nutrition. It doesn't necessarily have to be, clean eating or whatever, but maybe just a tip on something that, that I do for my boys or something, like a recipe or something. But finding something that's unique to you and making a list of those things so that's where you're going to get your valuable content from, is finding that list. You're going to find variety by posting about those 7 to 10 things throughout the entire week, a couple times during the week. So make a list. And then I strongly encourage you to create a schedule to separate those things. So if you're posting, 3 to 4 times a day, just for example, these are the must-haves that I have on certain days. Monday is always, always, always a challenge group. Tuesday is always a fitness video. Wednesday is always my story, some part of my story. Thursday is always the business opportunity because it's payday. So most people are like, man, really? I worked 40 hours and I'm still just paying the bills. So payday, the coaching opportunity. Friday, it's usually some sort of a fitness picture or most likely a video. Saturday, I typically do more family stuff because I pretty much unplug. So Saturday is usually just family. And then Sunday is something inspiring to help people feel motivated to do something through the week, the week starting. So to get them started. And then things that I sprinkle in throughout are my family, my dog, just other things, inspiration. I'm pretty big into inspirational quotes or inspirational pictures that I find, and just sharing things like that. And other helpful mommy tips, stuff like that. I've left my my notebook, so I don't have my schedule right in front of me, but that's how I kind of sprinkle things throughout. Prime time for Facebook is usually like now, like 8 p.m. to 10, or even very first thing in the morning when people are kind of laying in bed or just getting up and kind of getting around before they have to get ready for work. So I tend to make my like business posts during that time, but you also want to make sure that your challenge group post on Monday isn't always at 8 p.m. because there's going to be maybe stay-at-home moms or people that have the day off and they're on at a different time. Everybody gets on Facebook at different times. So you might get more, you might get more feedback. You're most likely going to get more feedback if you're posting that at different times. Just make sure it's not the same time every single week so that you're giving a little bit of variety. Okay, so the key to Facebook is getting people involved in your posts. finding something that intrigues people so that they want to be a part of it. So asking questions, asking engaging questions is really good. I know a while back, Kelly Pelcisco posted like, how did your fiance propose, or how did your husband propose, or something like that. And she got a ton of people to post back on it. So it doesn't have to be about fitness, but just ask questions, like be interested in people's lives and be curious. Another great thing to do is when you're starting a post, like maybe you're sharing your story or the business opportunity or something like that, you can ask a question. Because usually asking a question gets people's minds thinking, and they'll stop and they'll read the entire post. Sharing helpful hints and tips will help to get people engaged in your content as well. Because if you're providing free content out there to help them, reach their goals, they're going to be more likely to keep an eye on you and be interested in the content you're providing. Be real. This is what I was talking about. So I said I would get to it. So be real. Share your struggles. None of us are perfect. I'm far from perfect. I eat pizza. I eat ice cream. I am horrible with sweets. I am far from perfect. So you can share that. But in the sense where we were talking about, try to stay away from the negative posts. Turn that struggle into a triumph. Show people that, yes, I'm real. I fell off track over the weekends. I drank too much beer. We had too much pizza, whatever. But it's Monday. And you know what? I'm back on track, and I'm going to work hard to be back on track. And I'm going to work hard for my goals, because my goals are bigger than my excuses. Whatever it is, show people how you are going to work through that, or how you plan to, even if you're still struggling. Be real. People relate to you being real. So share that, guys, I know I've been a little quiet, but I've just really been struggling with my nutrition lately. I've been stressed out at work, or whatever it is. That's fine. That's fine. Nobody wants you to be perfect. Everybody wants you to be real. And just share with them how you plan to start working towards getting over those struggles. You'll be amazed at how many people will reach out to you when you make posts like that. And then why liking, commenting, and sharing are vital to your posts. So the way that Facebook works is that if somebody like Facebook will put your picture or whatever your post is in, let's say you have 20 friends on Facebook that are online right at the time that you post it. Maybe 2 or 3 people will see that, even if you have a lot of friends. If those 2 to 3 people don't like it right away, it goes dead in the water. It's done. Facebook's infinity goes, meh, it's not a good enough post. Nobody's giving it interaction. If you get a couple likes, then Facebook goes, okay, this is something that people are interested in. So they'll actually put it in more of your friends' news feeds. A common misconception when thinking Facebook is, we'll use my account, for example. I have a little over 1,000 friends. You might think that just because you have that many friends that everybody's going to see it. Not even close. So even if you're using a business page and paying, you're still not going to reach all of your followers. So just keep that in mind. Think about something that's going to get somebody's attention right away as soon as they see it, because the more people that like it or comment on it, engage on it right away, then it's going to multiply into more news feeds. And then the more interaction that it gets, the more people are going to see it. So then the more people are going to interact on it. So just keep that in mind. Like this post that I have here, it's so small. I think there's like 75 likes and like 15 comments. That post took off because people liked it or commented on it right away. So it got into more people's news feeds. I've made this exact post at a different time during the day and only got maybe 1 or 2 likes, and it went dead in the water, and that's all that it got. So just play around with it and be mindful that the more likes or comments or sharing's huge. That really makes your Facebook infinity go up, which Facebook infinity, if you don't know, it just means that it populates into more news feeds so that more people are seeing it. Okay. So what do we want to avoid? So I kind of touched on this. We want to avoid the negative posts, rants, complaining, bashing other products. Don't even go there, please. I don't think any of you have, or I hope that none of you would, but don't compare other products. We don't even compare other products when we talk to people in messaging or, on the phone. We say, I don't know about that. All I know is, and then we insert our story with our products. So please don't do that. It just gives a bad name. Pictures with bad lighting. So this is from when I was a fairly new coach, this post on our right. So kind of a similar post to what we just saw. They had 75 likes and 15 comments or something like that. This has 15 likes. It didn't go very far. Here's the thing. Do you see, last January, I weighed 205 pounds and said that was enough. After 2 rounds of P90X, Better Nutrition, and Shakeology, well, can I vomit any more Beachbody all over everybody besides the fact that the picture in red says beachbodycoach.com/Corey Mayo? That's why nobody commented on it, because it's shoving it down their throat. It's ridiculous. So you can see the difference between the post that you just saw was from now, more refined, asking a question, giving a little bit of the story. And this one is just sales. Blinders. I mean, that's just the way that it was when I started out. So that's something that you want to avoid. I think I said pictures with bad lighting. Collages. Collages aren't as bad on Facebook. They're horrible on Instagram because Instagram's pictures are so small when people are actually looking at, you have to think about when you go to a hashtag and you see all those little pictures. If it's a collage, it's not going to stop somebody and to make them look at it. But I try to avoid collages in general because they get a little muddled. They're just not great quality, and typically somebody's not going to stop their scroll. I mean, think about how fast you go through your newsfeed on your phone. They're not going to stop their scroll to look at that. Side by sides, befores and afters, absolutely, those are good. But collages where you're getting 3, 4, 5 pictures, not so much. I already kind of said this, but Beachbody or product branding posts, they're just not going to get you anywhere, guys. Here's the thing. I love Beachbody. I love, love, love Beachbody. The company is an amazing company to work for. What they stand for is amazing. Carl Deichler is an amazing person. The passion that he has to help people is just incredible. And that's what it really is. Yeah, everybody wants to make money, but he just really, truly wants to help people and to educate people on nutrition and being healthier and feeling better about themselves. So I love Beachbody, but my mom used to introduce me as a Beachbody coach, and it makes me cringe because most Beachbody coaches aren't like us. Most Beachbody coaches are that picture that you see right there. Beachbody this, Beachbody that, Shakeology, blah, 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 buy this, buy that, and they're in your face. And it's just overwhelming. So while I love Beachbody and I definitely am proud to be a Beachbody coach, it's not the first thing that comes out of my mouth because of all those coaches that are right in your face, salesy, Beachbody, they give it a bad name and people get turned off really quickly by that. I want people to know that I genuinely want to help them and that I am a health and fitness coach. And yes, I work with Beachbody, but my objective is to help them live a healthier, happier lifestyle, not to sell them the product. So if I can give you any advice, brand you. Don't brand the products. The products are there. They already have their brand. They're known. Brand yourself. And like we talked about with the 7 hobbies or 7 likes or 7 to 10 things that you like to do, try to avoid it being all fitness and all Beachbody all the time. You occasionally take a look through your page, scroll through and see like how much engagement you're getting, see what posts are getting more engagement than others, and just get the overall look of your profile when somebody comes to it. And if you feel like maybe I'm posting a little too much nutrition, maybe I'm posting a little bit too much fitness, try to find that balance, and work it out and see what's getting more engagement than other things. Okay, so these are just some pictures of what we want to avoid. So I just showed this Beachbody On Demand. So the salesy coaches are going to post the stuff that Beachbody provides. Yeah, it's pretty cool that they provide templates or whatever that we can post as pictures, but it's not really branding you. It's branding Beachbody. And to be perfectly honest, if we're constantly throwing out 21-day fix, Shakeology, BOD or Beachbody On Demand or anything like that, people can Google it and just get it from Amazon. Or they'll find it from a friend in a garage sale or a garage sale site on Facebook. If you give everything up front, they don't need you. Would they need you because they need you for support? They just don't know that. They don't know what they're getting when they get a coach. So if we put everything out on the table, why would they contact you? So just keep that in mind. Down here in the left-hand corner is my clean eating homemade chicken noodle soup. So it's a really good recipe. It got 1 share and 8 likes, I think, 10, maybe 10 likes because there's 3 plus 7. So yeah, 10. Not a whole lot of interaction, but look at the picture. I mean, if you were looking through your news feed, does that scream, ooh, this is delicious? Ask me for my recipe because it looks so good. Probably not really. It's not pretty. If we want people to stop their scroll, we have to be mindful. Again, this picture on the right, it's not a horrible picture. It's not great, but it's not horrible. I mean, everything's cleaned up. There's not a lot of clutter. It's on a single plate. They're Shakeology bars, but look at the caption. Chocolate Shakeology fudgy oat bars. Yummy. Ooh, that's exciting. Again, it got like 6 likes, just not a whole lot. So for example, this was when I was newer to coaching and I just said Shakeology fudgy oat bars. Now I would probably ask a question. I would probably say, do you have a sweet tooth? Got to have these yummy chocolatey fudgy bars completely guilt-free. And then that will typically get some more interaction and probably, oh, what did you put it in? How did you make it? A lot of questions and back and forth. Then it's going to get into more news feeds. And then I could share the recipe later on down in the comments. Okay. Okay. So my advice is brand you, be you, and have fun with it. So brand who you want to be. Be the person, put yourself out there and be the person that you want people to think that you are. Let your personality shine through in your posts. Talk to your target market. So those of you who are in the Instagram training right now, talking to your target market, as much as we'd like to help everybody in the world, talking to your target market is going to give you so much more of an advantage because unfortunately, not everybody's going to relate to us. I'm typically not going to work with a male because I'm a female. My struggles are different than a guy's. I'm a mommy of 2. I struggle to find time throughout the day. That's my target market. Not that I wouldn't help a guy. I have several male clients, but typically when I'm talking or I'm making a post and I want to touch somebody in their heart and I want them to realize that they can do this too, I'm going to talk to a mom who is sick and tired of being sick and tired, a mom who is tired of struggling and feeling like crap all the time and wants to be a good example for her kids, who wants to be able to have fun and not, just go through the motions of life all the time. She wants to actually live life. So, speaking from the heart and talking to your target audience is really going to get you way more engagement on your posts. Tag team members in your befores and afters or other milestones. Share that. Be proud. Share that with the team. That's fine. That's exciting. Not only does it get you more exposure, but it's also giving our team members more exposure to their friends, and they might say, oh, well, I wonder what they're doing. So it helps everybody as a team. And not only that, it helps us to keep engaging on each other's posts, so that we can help each other out as teammates to get that, Facebook infinity up, because we're liking and commenting and engaging on everybody's posts. Be you, be interesting, but also be interested. So kind of like we were talking about, you want to be interesting because you want people to keep watching for what you're going to talk about next. But you also want to be interested in your followers. So asking the questions, just even if it's a fun question, like, how did your husband propose? Just, be interested in what's going on in their lives too. Have fun with it and make a little bit of a game of it. Just see what your friends and family and followers are commenting on and what they engage in, and what they'd like to see from you and what they're really watching for. And just play around with it. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. You might get a post that does crazy good, and then you might get a post that just goes dead in the water. It happens. If it goes dead in the water, delete it. It's not a big deal. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to remember, oh my gosh, Corey posted something about blah, blah, blah 2 days ago. Where is that post? Nobody cares. If it goes dead, delete it. It's fine. But have fun with it and just play around with it a little bit. So these were a couple more examples of good pictures. They have good lighting. They look enticing, compared to the chicken noodle soup we saw in the Tupperware bowl sitting on my desk. Not so much. Here are pancakes. And this is an awesome one from Becky, that she posted last week. It looks amazing. And guess what? She didn't say anything about Beachbody or Shakeology up here in her post. She just said the healthiest meal of the day. And it looks really good. That would make me stop and want to drink it. Okay, so this is a post here that I made March 11th. I went for a run with my dog. So sometimes I'll do like a sweaty fitness post or like a post-workout picture or whatever, but this is kind of a way to get more engagement and just do a little bit different instead of just a thumbs up or something silly like that. Just putting a little different spin on it. I was talking about the sun and how the weather was amazing and how I hit the pavement. It's, just something different. And this is from Erica Petrowski. It was a pizza that she had that was a portobello mushroom. She put the recipe right in there, which is perfectly fine. She got pretty good engagement. She had more than 5 comments on it and 18 to 20 likes. So that's good. That's really good. And it's a pretty picture. There's good colors there. There's really good lighting. There's no clutter around. And it's on a nice plate, not a Tupperware bowl. Okay, so happy Easter to all of you. What a lucky break. Not only did we find the Easter Bunny, but we catch him right when he's making chocolate mini eggs. Don't eat the mini eggs, guys. That was just something fun to make you all smile. So I'm going to stop screen share. And I would love for you all to unmute yourself and let's talk a little bit. Let me know if you have any questions. Does that make sense? Does that help?
Yeah, it's helpful.
Good. Any questions at all? Nothing? Nobody? Come on, really? Don't be shy. It doesn't have to be about this. Somebody's got to have a question about something.
I have one.
Okay.
Welcome letters to our free clients that Beachbody gives us. Mm-hmm. I always send out just a hi, howdy kind of welcome letter. I know you got some cardstock from Amazon, I think you said.
Yep.
Did you just buy, what did you buy? Do you remember what it was? Because I've been on there looking around and haven't found much of an interesting type thing.
I actually texted a picture. Josh Earl asked me that not that long ago, and I texted a picture of it, so I have it on my phone. I can upload that to the group, but it's just Avery. It's the Avery brand cardstock, and there's 2 cards per 8.5 by 11 sheet or whatever, and then you can actually go to avery.com and design what you want it to look like, and then I print them off, and then they just they're perforated, so they just rip in half, and then you can print them either long ways or width, wide. Right. And I just use those.
Okay.
And they come with the envelopes. I think for like 60 of them, it was like $13 or something like that.
Okay.
So pretty reasonable.
Okay.
I think more reasonable than buying them at the store. Definitely more reasonable than if you like went to Office Max and got like a stack of them.
Right.
I used to use just like the dollar store ones. But these are just more personal. I feel they look more professional. They're more personal.
Right. Right. So I don't feel like mine are real professional.
Yeah, I can post that in the group for you because I took a picture of the actual box.
Okay.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
Yep, it's Avery 8315. Here, let's see if I can. I don't know. Let me see if my camera works. It hasn't been working.
Well, you know what? We can't see you. Oh, there you are. Hello. Yes, there you go, Karina.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Josh.
No problem.
Anybody else?
Is there any way we could do like Becky's cool picture if we could start a team photo book and not watermark them so everyone can put their own spin on it?
I would be okay with that. People who are really
good at photography.
I would be okay with that. We could just open up an album and then whoever wants to contribute a picture or whatever, they can add that to the group. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like we do for our befores and afters.
Right, and not so much watermark it yourself. So if someone else wants to post a cool Shakeology picture and they aren't as creative as Becky obviously was, because that was an awesome photo.
Yeah, it was. It was very, very good. I'm pretty sure Kelly told her that she outdid Kelly, so which is saying a lot because Kelly's Shakeology pictures are always phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've done a couple, but they always seem to come out the same.
Yeah, well, it's hard when you drink the same flavor all the time. I feel the same way. I'm like, oh yeah, chocolate again. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm open for that, so I can just add an album in there, and it could be any food or anything, just anything that's kind of an enticing recipe picture or something like that. And you guys, if it's a recipe and you don't mind sharing it, post it with the picture in the group so that if somebody else wants to share it, that's a good idea. Anybody else? Becky, are you thinking?
Well, I just know that I think what would help me a little bit more is consistency with my postings, like making a schedule like you did. And instead of just being like, oh, what am I going to post today? Just, follow a certain schedule and doing it that way. Because I know if I would do more Shakeology posts like I did last time, I would probably have more interest in Shakeology than what I have now, but
yeah, but I mean, it's a learning game. I mean, it's all learning and figuring out like where people are watching and what's getting more interaction. And
half of it, I'm just like, well, because I do it so like randomly, if I had it planned, I would be like, okay, well now today I know not to take my Shakeology with me. I'm going to have to make a meal, and then later on that evening make it look pretty for a photo.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think that creating that list of 7 to 10 things will make a big difference. and then spreading that out through the day, 2 or 3 things each day. And, you can do, like, for me, I think I have family. Obviously Saturday is more family, but like, I think Monday or Tuesday I have like a family post. And then again on Wednesday or Thursday, I have another family post. So you can make it a couple times throughout the day. It doesn't have to be just one time throughout the entire week. But creating that schedule. I know a lot of coaches actually like one day a week will sit down and write out their posts for the entire week. I personally don't do that because I'm kind of a shoot from the hip kind of girl. When it comes to that, I feel like I get more interaction if I just, whatever I'm feeling at that moment. I mean, I have what I'm going to post about, obviously on my schedule, but when it comes to actually making the post, I just do it right at that moment. Or if I'm thinking about something, I will put it. A lot of times things come to me in the shower and I'm like, really? I don't have my phone, so how can I do it while I'm in the shower? But I'll try and get out and make like I have a note, so I use the S note or whatever and just write it on there. So doing stuff like that and just giving yourself a little reminder maybe about a topic that comes up and putting it in some sort of a notebook type thing might help too. Yeah. Or your Post-its, you and Josh and your stinking Post-its.
There was actually one like right here on my webcam when I first started. I was like, oh, I gotta get that out of the way. I was like, I don't have any room where to put it, so I just stuck it on the wall.
By the way, my husband and I were at Meijer not that long ago, and we seriously found a Post-it note that was like this big. I'm not kidding. It was huge. And he took a picture of it for Josh and sent it to him. It was pretty crazy.
I haven't seen any that big yet. If I saw, I probably would have to splurge and get it.
Yeah. It was bigger than my laptop, like laid out. It was huge.
That's not a note. That's like a whole
That's a
day's
book.
plan.
It's a book Post-it. All right. Well, anybody else have questions? I don't want to take up everybody's evening all night. No? Okay. Well, thank you again all so much for jumping on the call, and awesome job in March, you guys. I'm so proud of all of you for working towards your goals and reaching them and just really killing it. That's awesome. It makes me a proud mama bear for sure. And thank you again for jumping on the call. I hope you all have a great Easter. If you have to travel, be safe, and we'll talk soon.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Good night.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to tell you, I didn't get my homework done today. It's been a horrible day, so I will get that done, though.
Okay. That's all right.
Okay.
I hope your day gets better, or at least you get a good night's rest and tomorrow's better for you.
Yeah, I just was, sad for my friend. That's horrible.
Oh, yeah. I did see that right before we jumped on. I'm very, very, very sorry for that.
Well, actually, one of my friends just sent me the link to what happened, so it's horrible. But anyway.